It's that time of year again. Rugby, international rugby returns to our screens this weekend with the Guinness Six Nations starting once again. Very excited, and I've got a lot coming up on the channel over the next few days. In the lead up, we've got a podcast coming out. We've also got some previews for each individual side, so make sure to be subscribed, leave a like on the video and get your thoughts in the comments down below. Today we're starting with Wales. How are Wales going to do in this competition? Let's get into it. So before we look forward to this tournament for Wales, we must look at the past. Gatland obviously has left his role after 12 really successful years in charge, and in comes former Scarlets head coach Wayne Pivac. He brings a whole set of new staff with him, which we will get to in just a second. But looking at the past year, Wales won the Grand Slam back in 2019. Gatland said before that France game, if we win in Paris, we will win the Grand Slam. And the first half wasn't going great, but things changed in the second half. Going into the World Cup then, I felt personally as a Welshman, it was one of our best opportunities to win the Rugby World Cup. I never felt like we got firing really. Lucky to beat France. France did what France have done so often in the past and mess it up themselves. And then against South Africa, we were just that little bit short. So 2019 was a very mixed year, but we saw that transition over the years of Gatland from Warren ball to trying to play a bit more of an expansive style of rugby, and I think that's what we will see a lot more with Pivac. So as I said, Wayne Pivac has come in. He's got a whole host of new staff joining him at the Principality Stadium, of course. So Wayne Pivac is the head coach. He is joined by Stephen Jones as an attack coach. You've got Neil Jenkins, who stays as skills coach. Byron Haywood comes in as the defence coach. So obviously Sean Edwards had such an impact for Wales over the years, and he has actually headed over to France to become the assistant coach over there. Interesting interview he did this week, talking about he was only offered a 2-year deal by Wales but a 4-year deal by France, and saying it was truly a no-brainer for him. Then we have Jonathan Humphreys, who comes in as the forwards coach. So Robin McBride has left. Sam Warburton, the former Wales captain and number 7, comes in as defence and breakdown coach. And then Martin Williams, Nugget, the ginger ninja who used to play in the pack for Wales, he comes in as the team manager. There's not only big changes in the staff, there's big changes in the players. A lot of youngsters have come into this squad, and it seems as if Pivac is planning for the next 4 years. So I'll just rattle through a few of them now. Will Griff-John, a prop from Sale. You'll notice this a lot from the English Premiership. And it seems like Pivac has noticed they've got talent, but possibly they have links to England as well. So get them in early, get them capped. How do you feel about that, Wales fans? Do you think that's a good thing? Or do you think that maybe they'll get the 1 or 2 caps but won't actually be good enough? Who knows? It's a big question. So Will Griff-John from Sale. Will Rowland, second row from Wasps. He's been tearing it up in the English Premiership. Really excited to see how he goes. Obviously, the big name is Louis Rees-Zammit from Gloucester. So quick on the wing. Has scored so many great tries. An injury scare against Toulouse in the Champions Cup for Gloucester, but he seems to be okay. Nick Tompkins, then a centre from Savis. Big concerns about the centre position for Wales, with so many players out injured, especially Jonathan Davies. Who's going to partner Hadley Parkes? That is the question. And then Owen Williams, who has 3 caps for Wales already, but is playing for Gloucester at centre. An injury concern could be about Taulupe Faletau, who's a doubtful that first clash against Italy, but we are very comfortable in that position on the pitch with the likes of Moriarty and Wainwright, who can easily step in. Also coming back into the fold is Rhys Webb after his time in France. He signed an agreement to join the Ospreys at the end of the season after being out in Toulon. He never really settled there, and he's been given special treatment really to be able to come back and play in this year's tournament. So it's obviously going to take time to blood these youngsters. I think as Wales fans, we need to be patient. We need to be understanding that it's going to take time. It's not going to be an easy thing, and it could be a while before we start to see some really good results. There's going to be some teething problems, and we've got to be patient with that. I think We do want to see a more expansive style of rugby, but rugby is built on defence. That is really important, that we have our defence set and then we have the right to play them. That we just don't try and play from anywhere, but we have the best structure we can get and then play properly. So how does the fixture list look for Wales? It's a very mixed bag of fixture lists. Some are in good positions and some maybe not so much. We start with Italy at home, which is a brilliant game to start with. You'd expect us to win that fairly comfortably and probably to get a bonus point there. So that you'd think would be a win. We then travel to Ireland. It's going to be interesting to see how Ireland do this year. Obviously with Farrell in charge and Schmidt leaving. So seeing how does he change things. Obviously he's been there for a while. We then have France at home. What are France going to do this year? So many changes. There will be a preview for them out on the channel, but yeah, France is going to be an interesting one at home. England away then. If we beat Ireland away, I expect us then to go into that England game unbeaten. That's what I think. England away is going to be very, very tough. Again, I would say England are probably favourites for this year's tournament, so that's going to be a tough game. And then we finish off on the 14th of March against Scotland at home. Will Finn Russell be back in the team by then? Who knows? Obviously, he's been left out because he was on the piss, basically. That's simply it. And he was told that he would not be involved for the first game against Ireland. And Gregor Townsend gave him the option to either stay in camp or to go home. And he decided to go home. So what are my expectations for this campaign for Wales? I think it's going to be very interesting. Lots of changes, lots of new faces, lots of things to get used to as Wales fans. We're going to need a lot of patience. It's not going to be easy. There will be some frustration along the way, but I expect us to be pretty successful in this tournament. I think we are capable of winning it. As I said, I think if we can get that win against Italy and then beat Ireland away, I think we're on course for something special. But it could be a lot of teething problems and we have to be patient with that. So Wales either to finish second or first, I'm going to say. But definitely let me know in the comments down below what you think about my predictions, what you think about the team, selections, different things like that. There's so much to discuss. Stay subscribed, hit the notifications bell so you do not miss anything over the Six Nations. And I'll see you on the next one.